Hello everybody, welcome back to Showers and Collects, where today we have another VR.
Wow, that was weird. So, today's VR, we are doing for a Gaboosh Huck sports cards. Huck sports card is his father and usually, or the dad and his daughter. Awesome channel. I love family channels. He does so much awesome baseball cards. A lot of vintage stuff. He does memorabilia as well. He's got a really cool Mario Andretti and Wayne and Gordie Howe over there. A lot of good videos. Some football as well. There's
some IndyCar.
Alexander Rossi. Yeah. But please go check him out. You won't be sorry. He's got a lot of really cool videos. Like us, he's a set collector as well. So yeah. So what he's doing for his 200 subscriber giveaway, which is this one right here, but I don't want to get a what do you call it thing. So what he wanted was, Huck and his daughter Elizabeth wanted. I gotta come back to the thing here. Your boom. And then I gotta go out, and what he wants is your 5 favorite players that you got to see play. Now, of course, me being older than my boys, the boys did ones themselves, and they picked it. Okay, you gotta move that. Okay, so we're gonna do it like, you know what? Let's do it one at a time.
Okay.
Easier. So first up,
we got Ricky Henderson.
Boy, is that great. Ricky Henderson. I couldn't find the one. I do have the one with the date on there as well. He was something to watch when he was out on the field. Being Canadian, was a Tony Fernandez fan, and Tony was an awesome Steeler. But when you're in the shadow of Henderson, you ain't getting no love. And even though he was on the A's, he later come to the Jays for a bit. He didn't stay long, but he was just a phenomenal player, and if he ever got on base, you know you had to watch because he was going to go from first to third in no time. Next up, another player I loved watching, Randy Johnson. That is the 89 Panini sticker set. He got drafted in by the Expos. That's one of his rookies. He was a phenomenal pitcher. I don't know of any pitcher that could throw the ball like he could. His fastball was, if he was pitching nowadays, he would be lost in the crowd, I think. But back when he was pitching, he was just unbelievable to watch. Unfortunately, he went left and went to the Seattle Mariners, and again, they were against my Jays, so I didn't like him as much, but he was so much fun to watch. Still love the video of him being the magician and making the seagull disappear. But that is number 2 of my favorite guys to watch. Number 3 is AJ, my youngest son's favorite all-time player. Cal Ripken Jr. Need I say anything about Cal Ripken? Cal Ripken is probably one of very few players that nobody can say anything bad against. He was such an awesome guy on and off the field, and to do what he did for being the Iron Man is just unbelievable. I got to watch him, again, being a Jays fan, I got to watch him quite a bit. He was just such a phenomenal player and probably one of the, if not the best shortstop of all time. Number 4, I have Captain Canada, Larry Waka. That is one of the slabs we have. It's a mint 9 Larry Walker. That's his rookie. This was given to us by my brother Johnny over at Epiphany Card Collectors. Actually, it wasn't given to me. Given to my oldest son. Larry Walker, Captain Canada, second Canadian, get voted into the Hall of Fame. He was league MVP. I want to say 93 or 94. I can't remember exactly when. But he was just such a phenomenal all-around player and one of the greatest Canadians to play the game. And lastly, because it's my top 5 players to watch, there's a lot of guys I could have said, Nolan Ryan, So many different players, but I chose Jim Abbott. Lately, I've been going back and showing the boys different games from different players, but I love to show them the Jim Abbott games, because what this guy did with one arm, there's so many players with two arms that couldn't do what he did with one hand. He was so awesome to watch, and especially the way he was just fluid. He could get his glove on, throw the ball, or glove off, throw the ball, glove back on, and away you go. And it was amazing just watching what he did and how he did it. And he is probably one of the guys still to this day. I know he doesn't have the numbers for the Hall of Fame, but I honestly think he should be in the Hall of Fame for everything he did. And it is one of my favorite cards because it is his rookie, and he is always going to be one of my favorite players, even though he never played for the Jays. So that is my top 5 players that I picked for the VR, for players I like to watch. But wait,
There's more.
this is Shaw Racing Class. And we don't like to play by the rules a lot.
No.
So not only did I do my 5 favorite players to watch for baseball, I did my 5 favorite players to watch in other sports. So first player I picked was for hockey. What can you say? The king, the great one. There's nobody better than Wayne Gretzky when it comes to hockey. There's still records that he has and probably will never ever get beat. Although Ovechkin's trying to get him on the one, but that's okay. He's only got probably 1,000 other records. So when it comes to hockey, if anybody knows hockey at all, the name that comes in your head is Gretzky. And I was lucky to say that I actually got to see him play quite a few times. So next up is basketball. Again, a lot of people are Kobe, MJ, LeBron, everything else. My favorite guy to watch was Air Canada himself, Vince Carter, playing for my Raptors. The things this kid could do when he first came in, he was the reason why the Raptors ended up being as good as they are. I was hoping they were going to sign him at the end so he could retire as a Raptor, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But he was such a phenomenal guy to watch, and some of the things he could do with the ball is just unbelievable. Go back and watch some of his slam dunk competitions and stuff if you don't believe me. He was just awesome. Next up, I have my favorite wrestler to watch, and that's Bret the Hitman Hart. I was always him being Canadian helped out a lot. He was, in my mind, the greatest wrestling wrestler to ever wrestle. Benoit, Malenko, Chris Jericho, there's a lot of other guys that were great wrestlers, but most of them were all trained by Bret and his family. Owen was another one, probably one of the closest ones to Bret for being. Unfortunately, Owen didn't have as much of a career due to the accident, but he is and always will be my favorite wrestler, and I love watching him wrestle. Next up, I have NASCAR. And to me, I'll be honest with you, I didn't like him. I didn't like the way he drove. I'm not a dirty driver. My family is all raced and everything else. But I wasn't a fan because I don't like, if I'm faster than somebody, I don't need to hit you out of the way to pass you. But man, what this guy could do in the draft at Daytona and Talladega was unbelievable. Everybody said it was almost like Dale could see the air move, and he knew where to put his car when to go out and do some awesome things. Now, he couldn't win the Daytona 500. His luck always seemed to, every time he was going to win, he had a seagull hit the car. What was one of the other? He ran out of gas. When he blew a tire, every time he was winning,
His car got
something
hit by
happened.
a seagull?
A seagull hit the front of the car.
Maybe that's the one that,
Randy Johnson blew up?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Neither one survived, so. But yeah, just for his driving ability and everything else, in my opinion, the greatest driver in NASCAR of all time would be Dale Earnhardt. And finally, I have football, sort of. I have probably my favorite guy to watch in football and baseball, Can you get them both to sit up there? We have Mr.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson. Bo knows. I was a Raiders fan because of Bo. I'll even admit I liked watching the Royals because Bo was on there. But to see him do what he could do in both sports, it's too bad that he had his career cut short from kind of a dirty hit in my mind anyway. But he was just something to watch on and off the field. And yeah. So those are my 5 favorite baseball players to watch and my 5 favorite athletes in 5 other sports that I like to watch. Of course, I could have done a lot more, Tiger Woods and a whole bunch of different sports, but that's what I went with. So everybody, please go sub up to Huck Sports Cards. Oh, hold on. There it is. Sorry, I was showing the video. Huck Sports Cards, 233 subscribers. As good as him and his daughter and Elizabeth are, they need to get a lot higher than that. So everybody, please go give him a sub, watch a few of his videos. You'll get hooked. Huck and Elizabeth, thank you guys so much for doing this giveaway, and thanks for watching. Everybody, please give us a like. If you don't like what we do, please give us a dislike. We'll try to fix it, or we won't. If you want to subscribe, great. If you don't, that's cool too. And
Thank you.
Have a fucking good day.
Have a fucking good day, everybody.
thanks, everybody.
Bye.